Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. It's an old song. Don't worry, be happy. But gosh, it's a good one. And especially because of what it relates to in something that's really ancient. Remembering, Mr. School, I modernize it for today's language. And that is refuse. Absolutely refuse to worry about your health. Now, I'm just going to share a little bit to begin with. This is quite a big challenge, if you think it's that, in this third dimensional world, because we're taught worry about your health. You might be at the supermarket and you connect with someone that's in front of you and you say, how you going? The Australian like, how you going? Oh, I'm good, but my back. We go straight to health. Health is our identity. In medical intuition, when I teach it, health is related in the general brain, all the brain. Health as your identity, sickness as your identity. And we base that as our identity, but it's not. Health, or the word is actually healeth, means to be whole and complete. But in this 3D world, and for a long, long time, we have been taught, and especially in today's world, we're supposed to be the healthiest, but we're the sickest. Sure, we're living longer, but with lots more medication. Is that worry about your health? Worry. What that does is it breaks down your immune system in your thymus gland and also in your spleen. Wrong side, Jean, in your spleen. And when you worry about it, guess what happens? The health gets worse. And so people, when they go to Dr. God, Google, research, oh my God, I must have such and such a disease. No, you don't. No, you don't. And if you feel sensations, that's fantastic because your body's saying, hey, tune into this. Tune into this. So if I don't worry about my health, what can I do? Well, one of the things that I was doing just before here, my journaling, was just before I got on, because I have 6 journals that I do, and I've just got one more to do, is I thank my health. I actually say I've been gifted my body. Thank you for the gift of my body. And if we refuse to do something, just let's take the beginning of that. So I'll just share the screen again, and it's refuse. Just refuse. If we just refuse, it's like I refuse. If you've ever had, say, a toddler or a puppy, and they refuse to do dog training, that's the dog, the puppy, or they refuse to eat that food, they just go, they're not going to do it. And we've all got a rebellious part within us, no matter what personality, refuse. So if I refuse to do something, it's like that is not even entering my field, my thoughts, my awareness. And in this case, be consciously conscious of refuse. Just refuse. That's it. And if I refuse, it's like, And this is where I ask you to be stubborn. I ask you to be rebellious. I ask you to be controlling, all the things that we think is negative. So refuse. If you refuse that, it's almost like I'm saying, hi, would you like a plate of these? And you go, oh, no, thank you. Oh, no, thanks. Allow yourself to do that. Refuse. Refuse. The next part is to worry. So in medical intuition and also the millennium calendar, I talk about if you constantly worry, think, worry, think, worry, and you don't follow the cycles of the seasons. So as we're in the end of autumn at the moment, Southern Hemisphere, coming into mid-May, the end, people start to worry, think, worry. We're going to crush the immune system. And in wintertime, as we slot into winter, which is a time to retreat, doing new things and whatever else, what happens is your immune system will say, well, you've been worrying too much. Crash on the chair, on the bed, have whatever you want to call it, snot, cold, COVIDs, whatever. It's all the same thing. It's not really any of that. And the consciousness, what were you worrying and thinking about the whole time? Refuse. From the Secret Codes to Success book. That thought is not loving. It's not yours to own. It's just not yours. Why are you taking it? So if you refuse to worry, then what would life be like? if you refuse to worry, because you can focus on this thing, worrying about, am I going to get enough money? Am I going to get clients to my event? Am I going to make the perfect chocolate cake? Am I going? If you worry about it, what you're doing is you're crashing all of your systems in your body. Digestive, you start to digest that it's not going to work. Your lymphatic, you start to feel guilty. Skeletal system, your belief systems go back to when you're told at 7 years old that you'll never make it or something like that. You start to crash all these systems in your body. You crash all the systems in the law of attraction and everything. And then you're so focused on the worry, all the energy is pouring into that, pour, 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 pour. And so then you go, look, I got what I want. Oh my gosh. So refuse to worry. Health. We've been told so much that if you're not this size, this hair, this style, this body shape, this culture, earning this money, having 2.75 children, blah, blah, blah. That's health stuff. That's not health. Healer, thought to be whole and complete, is what is health for you? And so people will say, Jean, you're not healthy because you get migraines. You've got them since I was 3 years old. Are they migraines? Not always, but it's easy to say sometimes migraines. Sometimes they're sort of an awakening or another spiritual download or whatever. But I always say I'm healthy. Some people, if you meet them, there's a gentleman called Nick Vujicic. I think I say his name correctly. He was born with no limbs, and he teaches self-development under the spiritual banner, the religious banner. His parents never told him he couldn't surf or skateboard. He's healthy. I remember nursing this beautiful baby. I didn't do pediatrics, and I was what's called pooled to that ward. So our wards were really full, but this pediatric ward was needing staff. So Gina, it was your turn to pull. And Bianca was born the day before, and she was born with no brain. And I'm like, what a beauty. She's beautiful. And so I whispered in mum and dad's ears to her. Like they didn't think that she'd last so long. She lasted for 3 days. And the belief of the Western medicine is that she'll never make it because she has no brain, she's not healthy. I said, look at her. She's pure innocence. Tell her how much you love her. What is health? Now, this is where you get to define what is health. I've met people who, in nursing and also as medical intuitive, who don't drink water. I remember meeting this Indian guru Puru guy when I was in India one time teaching Millennium Children personalities at the international schools. And he said, in an Indian voice, don't drink water, only drink Coca-Cola. And he was so healthy, super, super healthy. He said his health was because of meditation. So what is health? Only you can design, discern, and decide what is health for you. And if we refuse to worry about the health, or I've put on weight, or I've lost weight, or my hair's losing, or I don't know, whatever, skin or whatever, if we don't worry about it, we're not putting energy into that supposed problem. Whereas if we accept it and say, oh, look, yeah, well, I have a skin condition. Yeah. Worry about it. Then you're putting all energy and focus into that situation. And the opposite of the opposite of worrying about your health is then you start to get, in the quantum field, you start to get solutions to what you require. Now let's expand health. It's not just to the body. It could be a money problem. It could be a relationship problem. It could be housing problem. It could be whatever, because problems are not problems. It's just opportunity for growth. And so when we don't worry about it, solutions pop in because there's space. But as soon as we put the worry helmet on, then nothing can come in at all. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Now, you guys have heard me say it always works out. It always works out because I refuse to worry. Now, did I grow up on worry? Worry. Yes, I did. Did I watch my mum do it? Yes. But I also saw her die at a very early death at 43. I'm not doing that. For me, it's not a worry. As soon as worry comes in, it's like, stop, I refuse. Okay, there'll be a solution. Pop, in comes a solution. I listen to a random YouTube. I see something on a billboard. Somebody says something to me. It's like, I got it. I got it. Our health is our mind and our body. Spirit, soul, essence, whatever you want to call it. I call it essence. That's fine. But the mind, my goodness me, what's healthy for you? And that's another thing, like all on the social media, it's like, if you don't do this and if you eat this, the latest one, it is eating regimes. I don't call them diets because the people hear diet and go, I have to be on this and I'm going to miss out. Eating regimes. Let's talk about fasting because that's the latest trend lately. That when you fast, you have to fast at midday. Now, for someone like me that gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning, fasting till midday, I'm going to be on the floor. I'm very active in the morning. I need fuel. And it used to be called breakfast, because we used to break the fast at night. And I need to do it according to my health. So once I've got up, done my things, done my exercise, I want breakfast. But I choose not to have dinner anymore. And in regards to fasting, what's the right thing? What's not the right thing? And I've been not having dinner for many years, unless I'm like traveling in Egypt and it's great food and things like that, or Greece or Mexico. But that's right for me. That's right for my health. Things such as you should be doing yoga and breath work is all the trend, and ice baths. I don't like it. I'm not a pretzel. Mine, I love strength. I love that. The pretzel thing, that's not healthy for me. That makes me feel frustrated. Don't do it. Me, breath work. I do breath work. I teach in module 2 of medical intuition. Those that have done the course, every time you sit, take 3 deep breaths. There, done. Ice baths. When I was nursing before my son was born, his oldest son, 30, a little old gentleman that I nursed said, he's 104. Uh, please turn the shower on to freezing cold, scalding hot, and then freezing cold at the end. There's my ice bath. And we couldn't do it in nursing because they had regulated taps, but I have done it ever since. Do I like it? Not really, but it feels good when you get it out. So there's my ice bath. So here's my health. So when we refuse to worry about your health, what you're saying is, what is right for me? So now let's bring it back to mystery school. Remember, I'm modernizing all the lessons. Mystery school. We would tune into what is right for us. And if we couldn't get that clear concept, we would go to the elder, the medicine woman, the medicine man, the shaman, the whatever it is, to get guidance. But it was guidance, it wasn't forcing. Sometimes today in health systems, is making you feel bad. Oh my lordy, are you really eating that? Oh my gosh, it's the worst. The worst. You are now poisoning us. You are not. Stop. That's trends, that's social media, that's peer group pressure. But what's right for your health? So when I say I don't do yoga, breath work, and ice baths, sometimes there's an ostracizing separation. Oh, should be. So, okay, for my health, it's not a thing. It's not what I want to do. What's for your health? So, question right now, what do you want to refuse? What do you want to just absolutely go, girlfriend? Humor is really bestest thing for our health, by the way. What do you want to say no, either to them, to him or her, or to yourself, or even to children? This is called boundaries. Children, animal, or whoever. What do you want to refuse? What is making your health really crap? When I've had people sign up privately for the Bite Me program, and I say to them, sure, if you want to lose weight, here's the thing. What if you chose to refuse eating the chocolate at night. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. So that chocolate, what does it do to you? Oh, it does this and this, no probs. And then what do you do in the morning? Oh, and then I worry because I ate the chocolate. Okay. So part of this journey is self-realization. Again, back to mystery school, that the person needed to realize self-realization is held in our immune system right here and our thymus gland, thymus chakra. I need to realize and get that, oh, I got it. I got it. So now I refuse, blah, blah. You probably hear me speak a lot about wheat, sugar, and dairy, and they're a little bit excited because of what we do to food. And I offer that to a lot of people of what if, it's always choice, what if you chose not to have wheat, sugar, and dairy and the gluten? Oh, but sure. One of the popular diseases at the moment is a package. It's like leaky gut, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, leaky bowel stuff, whatever. And I say, look, what if you got off wheat, sugar, dairy, gluten, and that you felt better, especially in your body and in your muscles, and but and they worry. Sure, okay. Refuse to worry about your health. Now, I'm going to give all sorts of random examples so that you can see. I remember having a beautiful, beautiful family, and they were big meat eaters, and then they went strict vegan. They chose to live on a farm, not with cattle or anything. They've still got 4 horses, 3 dogs, what do you call them, guinea fowl, chickens, snakes and rats and things like that, foxes. And they were in this worry about this strict vegan. And what they did was they were constantly, they said, we don't want to watch any social media at all. We only want to check in on YouTube, which is social media. And they kept focusing on the bad stuff of food. Well, it didn't matter whether vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, or any other areas of food, because they were worried about the food and kept focusing on the bad things of food. Their diet wasn't helping them. And what they weren't doing, they weren't focusing on what was right for them. Until one of the teenage boys said, do you know what? I feel like some fish. And they went fishing, they ate it. And the boy said, I feel really good. Brother said, I feel really good too. Well, I had another super soul. She was a personal trainer. She went and did yoga, and the yoga training said you must be vegetarian or vegan, or I don't know. And you must have pulses and legumes, not lagoons, legumes. She did a session. She said, Jane, I feel like shit. Oh, excuse me, I swore. But anyway, I feel like shit. I said, what do you feel like? Oh, I feel like a steak. Eat it. I can't. The yoga course says, I said, eat it. She messaged me. She said, I had the best of steak. I don't eat steak. I don't eat red meat, but she said it was so good. Yeah, good. It's your personality. Refuse to worry about your health. Health is in the mind, it's in the body, it's in what you do. Oh my God, I should be walking and I should be doing, as soon as you shoulds, that affects the lymphatic system, which is all the breast area, all underneath the armpits, all around your body. That's the guilt stuff. Why? When you refuse to worry about your health, you actually set yourself free to find solutions to anything in your life. Because health or health is really saying, makes me feel whole. Well, for me, walking, going to the gym, people, time on my own, animals. That's what makes me feel whole and complete. Doing yoga does not, and I'm not banging out yoga, by the way, doesn't make me feel whole and complete. I don't like it. Just is. But take me, I'll take you daredeviling. People message me, Jen, I want to go skydiving, hot air ballooning, I'm saying story bridge climbing, whatever. I'll take you. Let's go. That's my house. So if you chose to refuse, absolutely refuse to worry about your health and know what makes you whole and complete, What would that bring you in today, this afternoon, tomorrow, this week, this month, this year, the next 10 years? Because really it's saying, stop worrying about whatever. Because when you worry, it's a waste of time, waste of energy. It destroys these systems and all the quantum attraction systems. And if you did for you what's right for you, without the guilt of, you should be doing, because a lot of people will want to love you, and maybe fear-based love of you should be doing, and you should be, and you shouldn't have, and then that just makes it more uncomfortable for you. So if we were back in mystery school of the ancient times, we would gift ourselves a group awareness like this in a circle. We might have meditated or gazed at the stars or looked at the plants and the animals that were around, goes to Done Millennium Calendar, and just gone, okay, what is right for me at this moment? Children don't worry about their health unless they're taught to. Same with animals. So what if, just like that song, don't worry, be happy. Now, I can't play it because of copyright. Listen to it. Go watch the video. It's got Robin Williams in it. I love Robin Williams. So let's share some golden hearts. What popped you right into your heart to go, oh, I just had this awareness. Just had this awareness. So I'm just going to go around the Zoom room. If you want to pop it in the chat, you're more than welcome. Just put a Y there so I can actually say it out loud to people, meaning say it outwards. That would be fantastic. Let's start with Tim, Steve, Bonnie, and then Dee. Want to do that? I'm going to my golden tea. What with your golden heart?
Mine was it always works out. I've got way too much that I'm worrying about at the moment, and it doesn't do any good. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, morning, everyone. I like that refuse to worry, that awareness, that self-realization, stop, I refuse, and a solution will come to me. Yeah, that really landed this morning. Thank you.
Pleasure. 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 And by the way, everybody, if you came to my house, you're not allowed to refuse the good wog meal that I'd make you. Just letting you know. Let's go to D.
Oh, was it me?
I thought it was go for it. My screen changes, Bonnie. So you go for it, darling.
Oh, okay. Morning. My golden heart this morning. Oh, it's just really a confirmation of what I have been doing, which has been good, because I've been a bit of a worry wart lately. So I've started to shift that around, gone back to the secret codes to success, and all beliefs are thoughts, all thoughts are not mine to own. So it's just a great confirmation. Thanks, Jean.
Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. And the worry wart, where sayings come from, a wart is ugly stories, feeling ugly. And we only feel ugly, and I don't mean just external, but within ourselves, because we're worrying about something. So beautiful word, beautiful. I think it's now G, and I think you popped it in the chat, darling. I'll just have a look. Everything always works out. Absolutely. Let's go, Alicia, Andrew, and Kim. Alicia's got focusing on the should do's. Absolutely create more worry. As soon as it shoulds, you do the shoulds, that affects the lymphatic system. That's the guilt. And it puts us in this ego mind that it's like, we're a failure, we're wrong, we're bad, blah, 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 all those sort of things. So amazing. Julie, I've just seen yours too, darling. I refused my girlfriend's advice to go onto carnivorous diet to help chronic pain when I refused to feel guilty about it. See, Julie. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Remember who we're up to, because my screen keeps changing. Who are we up to?
It was me, I think. Good morning. Yeah, it was a great reminder to me just to know that everything always works out, and I refuse to worry about new things that pop up in my life and use that as an excitement, shift into exciting about what's going to happen rather than worry.
Yeah. Please remember, in the Facebook group, you have this image that you can put on as a screensaver as a constant reminder until you learn it for the week. Lou's got knowing worry crushes the immune system. Yes, no more worry. It always works out. Beautiful, Lou. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go Kim, Leona, and Denise.
Morning, everyone. Mine was a reminder about everything every time I sit down to take the 3 deep breaths. Yeah, so thank you.
Pleasure. The easiest breath work ever. You sit at the desk, you sit on the toilet, you sit on the chair, you sit in the car. It's always, if not 3, just take 1 big deep breath. It allows us to have breath work.
Morning, everybody. I think for me, it's the difference between worry and awareness. So if I'm thinking about something, is it a worry that I'm thinking about it, or is I'm thinking about it to become aware of what's going on?
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Because things will pop in and it's like, oh, well, there's no food for dinner. There's an awareness. I'm making it very basic here. No food for dinner. I can have the awareness, like Leona says, or I can start to worry, oh, what should I do? And as soon as we go down the worry pathway, which is not the yellow brick road, it's like into this dark, crazy road that, should I cook that? Shouldn't I cook that? Will it be on sale? I haven't got enough money. What happens is we start to draw in all of these like things to us that make us feel crap, when really for dinner, you had plenty of food. If you really looked in the fridge, it would have been okay. So beautiful, Leona. Let's go to Denise.
I forgot to tap. For me, it always works out.
Absolutely. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. So it's really steps. When we claim we take it on for ourselves of this is my choice. Refuse. When we refuse, we're saying, no, it is not part of me. It does not make me feel good or whole and complete. That's number 2. Worry. Worry crushes the immune system, the thymus gland and the spleen, which then affects the lymphatic system. And I don't want to crush that, because that opens up to disharmony in the body. When I refuse to worry, then my health will be great. But I just got to work out what is health for me, what makes me feel healthy. And sure, I don't eat chocolate, but let's pretend I do. Chocolate makes me feel so good. It'll be for that moment. But then I know if I eat chocolate, migraine, I'm not doing that. So it doesn't make me feel healthy in the long term. But you get to choose, and you get to choose what's right for you. It takes a lot of strength to refuse for yourself and from them as well. And for those that have done module 5 of medical intuition, no reasons, no excuses, no justifications, no explanations when you choose to refuse. Why? Because you then break down your immune system as well when you start doing all of that. It's just, no, thank you. So enjoy the practice of I refuse to worry about my health today, this week, maybe for always, and enjoy the Mystery School lesson and have the bestest week ever. Have fun. Don't worry. Be happy. Go listen to that song. Don't worry. Be happy.